Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all. Keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Keep the flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in.
Much appreciated, Coach. Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in Northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
we go. 15 line. 15 line.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Now they try the right side here. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Completes it to Lee. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
Ready? 50. Play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. What do you mean? I got this.
A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, Swift, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Lee. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Marlon Mack with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
X3, 218, chopper.
58, right there. Man, I got you.
5.
58, boys, 58, it's Mike.
You ain't there.
On 2nd down, Minshew. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word. But if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Jaguars 7.
A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Hey,
back two.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 29-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Ready.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, you. Five.
Here's Minshew. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Lambo will put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
11.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Funches has it complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
44, Mike, 44.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense.
Touchdown, Jaguars! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
I got this.
Fofo's the Mike Fofo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
44, Mike.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Here we go. What do you need?
Watch the screen. Joker. Mike 50.
65. I got you.
They'll run on first down. Mack. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready? 60 or.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. On first down, Jefferson stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Minshew sets to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the in-route. Complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Makes the score Jaguars 24, Colts 21. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
13.
Just like that. Just like that.
Hey, let's go.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Catch made here by Campbell. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play that time for the Colts. 42 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Hey, John, 13.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
I got you.
Garoppolo now. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, my 7.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Through an opening, and there he goes. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. And even 50 yards on the ground. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as they have taken the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, so that one will be accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Mack on the counter. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, Often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
White.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go. 180.
44.
21.
44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. You don't want nothing.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now Garoppolo. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it. He's got daylight. The 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. On second and 10, Garoppolo. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 7-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Colts on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for this with Mack. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. That ball is caught. It's Doyle. Touchdown, Colts. Jack Doyle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Looking to throw, Garoppolo, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. 38, 33. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Hey, exit.
58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
I got you.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll start on the ground with Mack. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Throwing on second down, Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Garoppolo. Campbell making the catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll try to run it with Mack. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And
it's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Ready? 50, plant.
They can't hang with us.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Lambo on for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense, of course.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Get right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. This fielded at the 2.